Yo, what's up, everybody? You're tuned into Let's Talk About It with Cha-Cha and the unstoppable Run It Back crew. Get ready for high-octane discussions, epic stories, and non-stop energy. Let's get it started.
Yo, back in the building. What's up, people? Another episode of Run It Back with a mixture of topics and subjects from sports to crime events. I got something that's going to be very, very interesting, but before we get into that, I was with my boy D-Lo in the building. What's going on, D-Lo?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Man, shoot, nothing. Another day, another hot dollar. You know,
man,
surviving in the struggle.
Man, I feel you.
Yeah, I'll be flying out to Vegas. I mean, not Vegas. Flashback. To Virginia here not next week. Tomorrow. Yeah, I got a conference to go to. It's one day, so I'll fly up out here. I'll be back in a few days though. But I took the whole week off from work, so I'm like, so I'll be vacationing, sensationing.
Man,
what about you, man?
Still putting in that work over here in my job and stuff. So still just I work today and so I don't know, man. It's been a struggle.
I know, man. I just need a break. I just need to hit a lick one time, man. Just one good lick, man. I just need one good.
I know. I need one of these bets to go through for me.
I need to put in one like that. For I haven't won. I mean, I've won. In fact, I won $380 not too long ago on a nice little, with these college basketball conference tournaments.
Yeah.
Was it? No, you know what? It was before the tournament started. It was before the tournament. It was the last game of the season because it was a weekend. Yeah, last weekend because I put together like a 4-team underdog of all underdogs. It might have been 5 legs because one of the teams I was not an underdog. It was Virginia. I felt like Virginia could pull it out. I think they were playing Virginia Tech, but they ended up winning by 2. I didn't even pay attention to that. I would have been sweating, but I had Ole Miss over. No, I picked South Carolina. South Carolina was the underdog.
Oh, okay.
I picked South Carolina over Ole Miss, and then I had Tennessee over Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Arkansas was an underdog too, and they were underdog because their best player was out, and I didn't know he was out. I was like, how are they underdog? I think they were playing. I forget who they were playing, but maybe Missouri or somebody like that. And so it was it was all underdogs, and it was like a $10 bet, so the payout was like $308. And so it got down to Georgia. No. So anyway, the South Carolina game was the last game left. It was the last game left, and so I'm sitting there watching it, and it's getting away from them. It's getting away from them, and South Carolina had the lead, and they decided to start jacking up threes because it was a later game. It was like a 2:00 game, and UK was playing before that. That's when UK was playing Florida.
Okay, yeah.
UK was playing Florida, so I kind of got a late start on that game. I was recording it, so I got to, start it from the beginning, but I was behind. And so that game went on, and so South Carolina and Ole Miss had already started.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten. So when I got done with all of that, I was like, okay, this is the last game left, South Carolina. And then I looked up, and South Carolina was up by 7. And I was like, and I looked at how much time was left. I'm thinking it's going into halftime. I said, oh, the game's about over. It was like 4 minutes left in the game. And then they start jacking up threes, and Ole Miss starts coming back. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the store. I'm getting up out of here. As they say, a watched pot never boils.
Yeah.
And I'm staring at the TV like, I just need this game to be over with. I need this 380. I need it. And I left, went to the store. It was a short trip. But when I got back, it was showing the highlight of South Carolina hitting the game-winning jump three. The game with that Ole Miss had actually came back and tied it up. And so, yeah, it showed. Yeah, so when I came in, it was showing the replay of dude coming up and pulling up from about the logo bottom. And the game was tied though, but that was how it was for me last weekend. So I've won, but my point is that last season I won a couple of legs that got me a grand. 1,200, 13. I haven't had that kind of luck this year.
Yeah.
I haven't really put in bets worth that much either. Maybe a couple of times.
Yeah.
But the mid-majors have really hurt me more this year than normal. The mid-majors, I haven't really kept up with them like I normally do. And so some of the teams, I'm going in looking at their records. I'm looking at everything I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Their shooting percentage, offensive rebound percentage, defense rebound. I'm looking at all that, and I'm like, okay, this team look like they're gonna run away with it. And I'm picking them, and they in the first half they up by like 15, and then they come out in the second half and get outscored 42-12 and all of that. And I'm like, I mean, this was constant, man. It got bad. It got bad. but yeah, so. Like I said, like we were saying, man, I need to hit a lick, but I ain't, something, somewhere, somehow, someday, somehow, let it fall from the sky.
I know, right? I feel that. So,
but anyway, we'll get in, we're gonna talk about this a lot. There's a lot of basketball that's been played in the last week because some conferences started last week, so we're gonna get into that here in a minute.
Yeah.
But first, before we do, did you hear about the woman in Tennessee that got brought up on charges? What she did was she posted a man's arrest warrant, and it had his personal information. She didn't block it out at all.
Wow.
Yeah, you ain't heard nothing about that? Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that.
Who comes out a winner? Me. Griffin once again. Undefeated champion of the world.
So what happened in Monroe, Tennessee? So the sheriff's office said a woman has been charged after she allegedly posted a man's arrest warrant that contained personal information to social media. According to Sheriff Tommy Jones, Emily, known as Emma, Berger, posted a copy of a man's arrest warrant to a Facebook group that listed personal information. Check this out. Okay, so now I want to ask you before I let you know what personal information was showing. Okay. If you had someone's personal information, and personal information is a wide range.
Right.
What personal information, if it was that you could see on someone's anything of someone else's, would you not post to Facebook?
Social security number.
Mm-hmm.
And the birthday could go either way. Mm-hmm. I mean, they do post birthdays on social media. The driver's license number.
That's it, man. Let's stop right there because I'm going to tell you, man, you need to go get a lottery ticket. You need to go get a lottery ticket. You named it in exact order. In exact order. Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes. I just had to know, man. That was awesome, man. That was awesome. Give yourself a pat on the back, player. So it says it listed personal information, including his social security number, date of birth, driver's license number. In that order, man. And his full name, of course.
Okay,
his full name. But I stopped you. You might have got to that, but I stopped you. I wanted you to quit while you was ahead. In order. That's like, you know what? We talking about all this, playing FanDuel or whatever we was playing.
Yeah.
You know, this right here is the equivalent of picking the pick 3 straight.
Right.
You know, a box is if that you pick 3 numbers and they come in any order. This was a straight. This was a straight. You named all 3 and in order. Good job, man. Wow. I'm impressed, man.
I actually am too.
I'm impressed, dog. That's it. I'm like, you sure you ain't read that?
I ain't read it.
That's amazing, man. But yeah, so think about this, man. This woman, Emma, as they call her, you know better than to post somebody's social security number, man. You know better than that, man. On the street, that's a death sentence, man. You don't play like that, man.
It's like my job, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna go into too many details about it, but like, you know, they have to send in certain documents to show, you know, whatever. These people be sending in birth certificates and stuff. Like what?
What are y'all doing? Yeah, man.
Like birth certificates of the kids and stuff. I'm like, damn.
I wonder what she does for a job. I mean, as an employee, if I was an employer of hers, I would fire her.
Absolutely.
I can't trust you.
Absolutely.
Because that is the most idioticest thing that you could ever do is post someone's information that you didn't even get permission to and don't even know. You don't even know them. You don't even know him. That's crazy. So
that's some work right there.
Yeah, that's so after seeing the post, wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, because okay, so detectives later spoke to the man who said he did not give anyone permission to publish his personal information, especially not that. Especially not that. Especially not that. I mean, that's something that I joke about.
Right.
You know, as far as like, you know, like, girl, you know, you cook like that, girl. You fix me one more meal like that. You might be able to get my full social, you know, because you know that's real right there. If you give your full social, like, girl, you almost got my full social. You know, in anything, in any form or fashion.
Yeah, you almost got my last name.
Yeah. I said, girl, I took a taste of it, and I was ready to give you my last four. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know, that puts anything when involving your social, when you sell somebody, girl, or man, I was ready to give you my social behind that lets you know how great that you thought that was. Right. Because nobody's supposed to have that. I don't trust anybody with that except maybe my mom, you know, and my sisters. But I mean, what would they need it for? I'm like, what is your angle? What's your agenda with that? What are you trying to do? You know, unless you trying to make me a beneficiary, I ain't giving you nothing. You know, but anyway, I digress on that. But yeah, so of course he wouldn't give her permission, and I don't know what. Yeah, this story, man.
That's wild.
Yeah, and so it gets a little deeper because she lied.
That so is wild.
Doing a conversation with detectives on March 11th. Jones said Berger told them she redacted the information after being notified by another person and reposted the warrant to social media. Okay, but for those of you all that don't know what redacted means, that means to like block out important information. Mm-hmm. So to me, the only thing, I mean, honestly, I don't think there was any kind of way she could have got away with it because they're saying that. You know, of course, we know a full name is personal. Damn. But this is an arrest warrant. You might not want. I mean, come on now. Being arrested is public information. But the warrant is not. Right. The warrant is not. You know, and so now we get into access. So we know she lied about that. You know. So let's see. However, the following day, she created another post in the group acknowledging the warrant had been originally posted without the information being redacted. So her dumb ass reposted it in the group. So she took an original post and reposted it. So they like, oh no, this is a repost of the original. Yeah, you know what? That's once again, man, that's a death sentence in the streets, man.
Wow.
Like, come on, man. It's like, oh, you really trying me. You really trying me now. Not only, you reposted it? Oh, no. and what's the name of the group? I want to know what this group is. How many people is in the group? Because Ben, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would unfollow that group. I would unjoin it. I would leave it. I would not want to be a part of that.
I'd report that group.
Oh, they know now because they swear they seen it. The detectives. Yeah. But wait, there's more.
Of course there is.
Of course there is. So now, the copy of the warrant that appeared on Facebook contained a visible line through the document, Jones said. Detectives determined that this line is automatically applied when documents are scanned into the Monroe County court system. So, so what this line that they're talking about, because this is an issue that I've had with my printers and copiers at work,
right?
Where we've had to call in, repairmen, because when you scan something and you get a copy, it's not, it's supposed to be a professional document. So there's a line through the document, a big black line, we can't. I mean, it might be going right down the middle of a paragraph. I mean, the whole page from top to bottom. So that's the line that they're talking about. So that proves to them that it was not the original document that she had. It's a scanned copy. So now it gets deeper.
Yeah.
It's a scanned copy. So now, once they realize that, it says they determined that this line is automatically applied when documents are scanned into the Monroe County court system. So it's some type of scan line. It might not be a faulty one, but with stuff that's scanned into the Monroe County clerk's office, that when scanned in, it leaves that line. The original, let me see. The original warrant does not contain this line. Of course not.
No.
Indicating that the copy posted on social media originated from the Monroe County Clerk of Court's electronic system and was transferred to Ms. Berger by an individual who authorized access to the system. Somebody downtown. Somebody
gonna lose their job on that.
Or they might, and it's gonna go deeper than that, man.
They gonna catch some charges on that.
They may. So it says, so the detectives, I spoke with the Monroe County court clerk who requested an audit of the court system, which is only accessible by authorized users such as clerk's officer, personnel, law enforcement agencies, the district attorney's office, and attorneys. The audit determined the system was accessed by 2 people between when the warrant entered the system and when it appeared on social media. No employee of the Monroe County clerk or county clerk's office or the clerk's office accessed the case during this time, Jones says. So it wasn't anybody at work. So now it makes me, so now it's going a little further. Said because the warrant posted on social media contained unredacted personal identifying information, detectives determined that a criminal offense had occurred. Yeah, you stupid.
Right.
Stupid. As a result, Berger was charged with identity theft in the form of trafficking.
Damn.
In the form of trafficking and she was taken into custody Friday evening. She has since posted a $3,000 bond and has been released from custody. Jones said that the investigation into how the document was accessed and distributed remains ongoing. So, they gonna get to the bottom of this. They're gonna, and I don't care what they say. Somebody on the inside had to given up something.
Yeah, had to.
Even if you say that it was nobody from work, how, I don't understand unless it's how could they access the system? How could a non-employee, unless it's a hacker? But something that and so that made it, because I just knew that they were, when they said it was 2 people, but I guess I said 2 people from the time that it got scanned into the system to the time it got put on social media. To only 2 people accessed that information or accessed it, the system. And so I just knew for sure that. So they just got to figure out who the two people were, and they will.
Yeah, they definitely got to figure that out. Because I mean, I don't even know how. If there was only two people since it went through the system, by the time it got posted online, somebody had to give it to her, and then how did she get access to it?
It's a scanned copy, man. Yeah. So the Monroe County Sheriff's Office encourages the public to avoid relying on rumors or unverified information circulating on social media. A statement from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office reads, "As always, we ask citizens to wait for accurate information released directly by the Monroe County Sheriff's Office regarding ongoing investigations." So, and this happened, and this happened. She was booked on March 11th. So she got out on Friday.
Yeah.
She got out on Friday the 13th. No, Friday the 12th.
No,
13th.
Yeah, it was 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th. Yeah. So this is very recent.
Yeah.
And so let me see. I want to see some of the comments from this.
That's wild. I don't know, man.
It's not. So this is from the Sheriff Tommy Jones's post. A sheriff, he posted this himself. It's 79 shares. Everybody's showing.
Yeah.
Sheriff Jones limited who could comment on this post. So
honestly, if you didn't tell me if it was Tennessee, I would have thought this would have been a Florida story.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, no shade to Florida, but we've come up with some stories about Florida that blow you on previous episodes that just blow your mind. And so, you know, the whole thing about unverified information, weight, the weight, for information that's unverified. That's not the world we live in.
Yeah.
That is not the world we live in at all. And that's why it was so important that Sheriff Jones told this story himself, because it would be easy for this story to get out and there be misinformation.
Yeah.
Like, for example, naming a person that may have given that to Miss Berger, and there is no suspect for that.
What kind of name is Berger anyways?
Berger. And her first name is Emily, Emile.
Emily Berger.
Not a Y-E-E. She sounds like she's up to some shit. Emily Berger. Emily, what are you doing over, girl? Yeah, Emily. How you spell your name? If I'm like, yeah, how you spell that? She's a customer, and I need her information.
Mm-hmm.
How you spell that? Emily? No. How do you Emile? You don't say. For real? You lying. Yeah, man. Yeah. You was destined to do dirt. You was yeah. She was destined to do dirt, man. And this is no shade to anybody who spelled that Emily is spelled like that.
She just gives y'all a bad name.
Well, she's for me. She's the first for me. She's the first.
Right.
Because I seen it. And I was like, "How you pronounce it?"
Man, I mean, it's like me. It's like my last name. You know how many people get my last name spelled wrong?
Yes, I can only imagine. I have to look up stuff. Like I have to go on Facebook and make sure I'm not misspelling your name.
I mean, and then the funny story is like when me and my wife got, we was about to get married and stuff, and I looked at her and I told her sorry because you know how many people mispronounce her first name, and then I told her I was like they're mispronouncing your first name and they're gonna spell your last name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, yeah. So
yeah, she hit the jackpot with you. Huh? Say the L. We might have to put your last name on the investigation. Who stole the L out of his last name? We know two generations ago it had two L's and I don't know what happened. I don't know. It just fell off somewhere. Face of the earth. Yeah, Lloyd with one L. Yeah.
Yeah. It just it fell off in the Mayflower.
Yeah, her name is Emily. Just imagine that you see it for the first time and you struggling trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Like, oh, it's just Emily. Boy, is my face red on that one. Oh, it's just Emily. Emily. Yeah, she was destined to do dirt. Your mom looked and dad, whomever looked at you and was like, let's drop the wire. She's going to be special. They just know it was going to be like this. Man, that's crazy. I don't know. And let's go back to this for a second, because my other thoughts on this is where we have come in the world of social media. The confidence and the arrogance and the entitlement that people have, because it's bad enough people would threaten you and say stuff to you on social media that they wouldn't say to your face. Facts. It's easy. Facts. It's easy to do that now. But and call you. There's a lot of racial. It's just what it is. There's been a lot of racial slurs out there from a posting, and it amazes me that this is where we've come. With this and I blame this administration to a certain degree, because it's those that are part of this administration that believe in this administration and what they're doing to divide us, even though they don't believe it's division. They believe it to be justification. To me, it's just we've been needing this. So they say what they feel. They say what they feel when it comes to race and all of that, and it baffles me. But I know good and well the stuff that they say, they would not say it on to your face. But now people are bouncing back. People are saying, "Oh yeah, they reposting. They'll have a page of their own, like on TikTok or Instagram, and they say, yeah, this person commented on my post, but guess what? I told y'all not to mess with me. I did a little bit of investigation of my own, and they'll show the comment, show who the person is, where they work, and your employer will be getting so they're kind of fighting back on that kind of stuff. And so that's one example is the commenting.
That's another thing too. I mean, people when they're behind keyboards and they're behind microphones and stuff like that, they just become warriors. Yeah. And I mean, like they don't want to see you to your face, but they'll talk all types of shit on the keyboard. Yeah,
but you can't unsend it. Once you hit that send, ain't no coming back. And that's just one example. But the entitlement part comes when you actually have the gall to post somebody's personal information like that. What were you thinking?
She wasn't.
What? Exactly. No, she was thinking. She just the part that she left out was the consequences.
Yeah.
She didn't think, the only jail she probably thought she could end up in was Facebook jail. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Come on now. We got to do better, people. We've got to do better. I mean, and that $3,000 bond, that's not that's what I'm saying. I need, the county got that money, the county clerk's office or whatever downtown, the bonding area or what the belling where you bail them out and stuff. The courthouse, courthouse. Down in there, so they got to hit a lick $3,000, right? For stupid. This is just stupid. It's just really stupid, man. And we've got to do better, man. And so I don't know what she was thinking. And then to add to, I mean, if they really, really wanted to go after her, they could, because she lied. Mm-hmm. She lied about redacting the information and then reposted it. Or I don't know if she had already reposted it before she lied. I think that's what they said. Yeah, so she redacted. She said that she had redacted it, but they realized from a repost that it had not been. So she was.
Why would you repost it?
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. So I don't know if she posted it the first time. I'll have to reread that. But either way, it had to be her. It was her. The original post, it was her. Because if not, they would have somebody else. They would have the person that posted it originally.
Right. So they would have had both of them.
Yeah. For some reason she reposted it, and so that's what I say, the entitlement. I don't. But like I said, she lied. Yeah. She lied, and that if they really wanted to be assholes, they could give a charge of maybe hindering an investigation or somewhat, whatever. I forget what the term is.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, and if I'm
That's wild.
If I'm him, if I'm him,
I'm pressing all the charges.
Yeah. Plus, I'm if she got $3,000 like that, I'm taking her to civil court.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to get that money. I'm trying. That's my lick right there.
Right. That's the lick right there.
I finally hit my lick. You're gonna get this money. I don't care if it's $200 a month. You're gonna pay me. We're gonna make it work.
You gonna catch them bows.
Yeah, the greatest of the whole time. I try to tell you, don't mess with me because you're gonna get this work. One way or another, I can give you this work. One way or another. We can do it the easy way
or the hard way.
Oh, so you want me to take you to court? Oh, get this work. Yeah, man. So
that's wild.
Yeah, that and like I said, and the social media has just become a dangerous place, man. And that's why it was so important for the sheriff to say that, because we live in a world now where you're guilty until proven innocent. I mean, it's always been that way, but social media has just enhanced it. They can tear you down even worse, because they will track you down, especially if you have a social media page. Once something happens to you, just your name is put out there in some type of negative light, whether it be true or not, and you're in the court system because it's a charge or some kind and you haven't been proven. Just deactivate your page. Whatever you have out there, just deactivate it, because they are going to come for you. They are going to go on your page. They're going to steal pictures, videos. They're gonna send you personal messages. They're gonna see where you work. They're gonna call your job. I mean, these people out here get ugly, man. Then
a lot of people, they have a point of like snitching on themselves on social media. Yeah. I don't know what it is. They like to go on there and they just be snitching all over themselves. I'm like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, just like this. What was she thinking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot we had that. Yeah.
I can't deal with it. And then that's another reason why the sheriff said that, because there's a lot of people that get their news off of social media, and it's a lot of fake news going around. Like, people want to call CNN and all that bull, or they want to call out all that fake news. No, social media is the real fake news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's only the MAGAs that believe in that. I mean, I had them. They don't believe in Google.
Yeah.
I mean,
they do if it pertains to their information.
If it's good. Oh, I was telling, and this was a couple of years ago. I think this is during Trump's first term. I told them just Google it. They said they don't listen to Google. I was like, bless your heart.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
But then they'll tell us to Google it if it goes within their
it fits their narrative.
Yeah.
Now they use Chat GPT, and we know that's like Wikipedia. That's inaccurate as hell. but yeah, man, and I hate that it's gotten to this point where we are. But yeah, you just you have to deactivate everything, man, because they're going to come for you. And once again, like I said, it's the arrogance, it's the entitlement, and then there's just so many ways to be torn down and it doesn't, and no one is protected. It doesn't matter. I mean, these kids, it's the bullying, kids committing suicide, because of their Facebook pages. Kids, they don't understand. You don't understand, and it's they're too young to understand. It's bad enough as a teen or preteen or whatever. You're trying to fit in. You're just trying to find your way through life early, just to get out of school, whatever.
It can even just be one small mistake, and somebody's on social media trying to tear your life down.
Yeah, but then they take and then it just be false, and they just take it and run with it, and it won't even be true. But then when they find out that it's not true, when the facts come out, they won't even come out and apologize. Yeah, they won't even own it. They'll find a way to justify that's not what I mean anyway. I was just saying, and they won't, it's silly to me. But like I said, this is just one example. And so shout out to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for doing their due diligence and throwing that message out there. I just think it's important because this poor man, don't go after him. You know, I mean, because it's an arrest warrant. We don't know what was on it. We don't know we don't know why he's being arrested.
Right.
But leave it up to somebody to throw something out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't let it be something sexual. We will over sexualize it. They'll from here to Bangladesh. They'll wear him out, man. They will wear him out. He'll be a child predator. He'll be on probation and all of that. He's on the sex offender registry. They'll say he got arrested for his warrant is for being someplace.
They'll be calling him the next Harvey Weinstein.
Oh my gosh. He was, they called him hanging around a high school. It's some old made up crap, man. And so, shout out to them for putting that out there. At least put it on people's mind. We know they're not going to adhere to that, but just put it on your minds. Just wait for all the facts to come out before you tear somebody down. And and that's the thing about it.
And that's why I take pride what we do on here. We actually come with the facts. We're not trying to bring fake news. We ain't trying to bring made up stuff. We actually try to bring cold hard facts.
Yeah, I was looking at something. Who was that? Was it Ted Koppel? He was doing a podcast with Sean Hannity. And this was maybe last year, year before last, and I believe it was Ted Koppel, and Ted Koppel was trying to make a point, and Sean, how that side they'll just jump in with something before they let you finish. Yep. And he was like, please, don't interrupt, let me finish, da 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 da. And he said, the problem with this social media and what you all do, you all are not the news anymore. Even like Fox and all of that. He said y'all have gotten away from reporting facts to reporting. You all have made ideologies fact, and I had to applaud that. I was like, you know what? That's exactly right.
Yeah. That's
exactly right. It doesn't matter what I believe to be true or what I think to be true. If it's not fact, then it's not newsworthy. And I can put my point of view out there, but it shouldn't be enough to be factual. It shouldn't be that, and that's what people are like Marjorie Taylor, who's trying to switch over. It's too late. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear. We saw what she literally, with her conspiracy theory, went to some of those. I think Parkland kids that had gotten shot at, and she was walking with somebody holding the camera and was throwing out theories like it was their fault, like it didn't happen or something like that. Man, you don't do no crap like that, man. And so
I remember that.
That's not newsworthy to try to and to try to report it as news by saying this is what actually happened, but you don't have facts. It's just your ideology, and the ideology what you have to support your ideology is not true.
Right.
And so that's where we are today. We're in a world of ideologies and fake. I don't want to call it fake news, because it didn't become fake news until Trump made it that.
Yeah.
It was never fake news. It didn't matter which network you watched. Until Trump got in there and started spouting his ideologies about where America was and where he wants to take it. It didn't become, he starts shunning the news outlets that provided facts on who he was.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that they don't want to hear, so it can't be true, because they just after Trump. Now all of a sudden every news outlet is after Trump. What the hell, man?
Yeah.
For real, everybody's after Trump but Fox.
Right.
Come on, man. What the hell? Cut it out. And so that's all I have about that, man. Like I said, I thought that was an interesting read, man. Like I said,
that was wild. That was wild.
I found it hard to believe. I really did.
You sitting there telling me about it as you're reading it, and it's hard for me to believe.
Yeah, I found it hard to believe that somebody would actually be that mean enough to, and once again, and I'll say this before I wrap up this part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
A part of me feels like that she felt entitled to do that because it was an arrest warrant. You know how we were saying guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
So she thought maybe her justification was, well, it don't matter. He's done a crime anyway, so it what I do shouldn't matter. They should focus on what it is he's being arrested for. Maybe and that's how she justified her actions by enhancing the arrest warrant to make it more than what it was.
Right.
An arrest warrant, number one, is not a guilty, it's not a guilty, determination.
Right.
It's not a verdict. It's not a guilty verdict. It's none of that. It's not a death sentence of any kind. It's nothing but an arrest warrant to be brought to justice. That's a part of due process.
Yeah.
And it gets, and so maybe she thought that him having that, made him lesser of a man and made it okay to put his information out there. But and even without the personal information, to belittle him. What's the word I'm looking for? Not belittle. Yeah, just belittle, but also humiliate.
Defame.
Humiliate.
Yeah.
Humiliate him. That's humiliating, man. Don't,
defamation, or what is it?
Defamation of character. Yeah, all of that, man. But, and that didn't matter. That didn't matter to her. So let's leave out the personal information for a second. The fact that she thought it was okay to post an arrest warrant without permission, without his permission, is just it's hard to fathom that this is where we've come to, man. That people don't have that much heart. I mean, we already have hackers that'll go in and scammers, that's robbing our senior citizens of their funds, and people that are fighting for their almighty dollar, trying to hold on to it.
And that's another thing too. Like, you want to talk about like posting the stuff on social media and all that stuff. Like, you know how many of those scammers and all that's on those pages? Mm-hmm. How many of those bots
that
and
could
stuff?
Take that social security number and go to work? They're like, oh, I just hit a. Now that's their lick.
Right.
That's their hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They just came up on a free lick on that one.
That's crazy, man. Everybody should go down for that, man. It's the more, because we could even go down that path as to how much of an effect this could have on his life.
Yeah.
We could go down that road easily. And the fact that didn't matter to her, the fact that she didn't put herself in his shoes. What if it was you? What if somebody had your social security and they was posting on social media?
Oh, she would have went three ways.
I'm just saying that she didn't even take that route, because why would you do something to somebody that you wouldn't want done to you? Because the adverse effects it can have on your life.
Right.
In a lot of ways. Emotionally, mentally, and financially.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that never crossed her mind at all. She didn't, and she reposted it, man. And so, and once again, and once again, like I said, this social media. So, and if she reposted it, maybe it was about the likes. Maybe it was about getting clicked. Trying to go viral, as they say. Trying to go viral eliminates morals. It does, man.
It really does.
Some people just post stuff that are just that's morally incorrect that makes you look as a morally bankrupt person, and they don't care. A lot of these streamers that go in and do stuff just to go viral, man, to the public and to innocent people, it's crazy. And so that, like I said, there's so many avenues as to her character and to why she did this, but it's not even about her, because justice will be served. And I hope nothing happens to this man. Like I said, I don't know what the arrest warrant is about, and once again, due process for him. If he did something bad that warranted the warrant, then let justice serve it. But that should, his personal information being put out there, should not be the sentence for who you think is who he might be.
Facts.
And that's all I'm gonna say about that, man. So I thought that was an interesting read.
Yeah, that definitely was. That's crazy, man.
I'm gonna have to try to keep up with that one, man.
Yeah, please do. We definitely gonna need to run that one back.
Yeah, no doubt.
You got that list going, right?
Man. Actually, no.
Oh man, yeah.
I forgot. There are some stuff I need to look over though. But some of these cases be going on for so long.
They do.
You have an update and it'd be like, yeah, the judge continued. It was a continuation, and so I'm like, crap.
And then and you get a lot of people that's trying to trying to get another verdict, so they try to run it back. And speaking of which, they just try to. I can't think of the word what they try to do. They just try to get another verdict, so then it goes on longer, and you just never really get the outcome of it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's wild, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So we gonna take a short break, and then when we get back, we gonna get into this men's basketball over here, because it's getting a little wild. So speaking of which, but yeah, when we get back, we gonna dive straight into that. So here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back. We getting into the college sports, the men's basketball conference tournaments that's been going on this week. So
yeah.
Right now, we all they're pretty much actually on their championship games, except for the SEC. The SEC always goes on till Selection Sunday. I don't know why. It irritates me.
Well, it's because it's all about the start date. They started because it's rounds, and so the championship is Sunday. But they're not the only ones.
No, I
believe the Big East. The Big East is tomorrow as well, I believe.
Are they?
I mean, the ACC. The ACC. See, now this is the championship. That Arizona and Houston is the championship. It's the 1 and 2 seed.
Yeah, the Big 12 is in the championship.
Yeah, and I think the ACC is tomorrow that championship might be tonight, because they start on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I think that's on tonight.
I know they on tonight. Duke plays. Who do they play? Because you said you
Virginia.
Yeah, that? I believe that's the championship.
Yeah,
because they start on Tuesday. But they have so many teams now that they have to eliminate teams in the regular season that don't even get a chance to play in the tournament, like Boston College.
The Big Ten is tomorrow.
Right. Okay. So it'll be Purdue versus Michigan.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I don't know why they ain't got the SEC on there yet, but they ain't that. The Big Ten is the only one they got listed on there so far.
Right. But yeah, well, we know what that is. But yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting week. And then there's some conferences that started last week.
Yeah. Because
there's some teams that have already punched their ticket to the big dance in their tournaments.
Yeah.
So we can pull that up and see who's in. But all in all, I feel like it's been a really good tournament. Except I want to talk about this tournament, the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City. This floor that they have,
I don't like it.
It's horrible. Get the hardwood out, man. This is horrible, man. It's so much. I mean, and I guess they work on it every day to make it better. But at the early stages, it was a lot of slipping and sliding. Made it look like people had on tracks and pro kids or whatever.
That, and it's kind of like the Oregon's court. I can't focus on the Oregon when they play on Oregon's court.
Yep.
I can't focus on it.
Oregon. Yeah, that fluorescent looking green and yellow. And it looks like it's got that basketball going into the colors, like the animated basketball look.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about the texture, not the look.
Yeah.
The look is what it is, but this texture, man, is just it's not hardwood, and so there's been a lot of slipping going on, man. When people try to stop on a dime and all that, man, it's but I haven't seen it today. I think maybe they've been working on the court more. Oh, he tricked. They've been working on it more, but there's been some interesting games. I mean, interesting. What have you seen any intriguing games? As far as comes, because I haven't watched a whole lot of the ACC.
Honestly, I'm actually surprised. Ohio State gave Michigan the work that they did.
Yeah.
I thought Michigan was actually going to blow them out, and then Vanderbilt and Tennessee. I really thought Tennessee was going to give them that work.
They did. They faded. They couldn't seal the deal, man. It was a good game. It was a good game, and it went back and forth.
Yeah,
for a while, back and forth, and but Vanderbilt prevailed, and Tennessee couldn't make shots down the stretch. Man.
And then Vanderbilt beating Florida. I'm
happy about that.
I actually am too, and that was the first time you ever hear me say I'm glad Vanderbilt won a game.
Well, when it comes to Florida, I don't ever want them to win nothing anyway. But I was especially glad that Florida got beat by the way they did. Not just getting beat, but how they got beat, because of what the coach said. The Florida coach said at the post-game interview when he was sitting with the commentators. He made a comment. He said he wished he could have beat UK by 20. What coach says that?
Yeah, right.
What coach? Even if that's what you felt,
that's a locker room conversation.
Yeah, you don't publicly say that. You don't publicly say how you wish you could have beat a team by 20. That's just disrespectful. And then came with the stat, we've beaten them 3 times, and at first he said that, I wish we could have beat it by 20, but we didn't. So we beat them by 8. We ended up having to beat them by 8. But just know we've beaten them. We've played them 3 times, beaten them all 3 times, and at no time have they led. Who gives a damn?
But at the same time, they didn't get in double figures on us neither.
Right. But we're not here for moral victories, so he can say what he wants to. But that's just, and we're just talking about etiquette.
Right.
We're just talking about etiquette, because the thing about it is, y'all, Florida, you all are national champions, and y'all champions until otherwise. So we're going to give y'all that. So act like it. Act like you're the champs.
Me personally, I think they won by default, because that was just the way the stars aligned for them last year. But I'm not.
Well,
we're not going into that.
Did you watch the game last year?
I did.
And Houston had that in the bag, man. Yeah. They had it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The stars just aligned for them to have it at that time.
There was a couple of games that Florida came back on last year, but like we said, you're the champs. You're the champs until otherwise, until the national championship in 2026.
Yeah.
So act like it, man. And we know who we are. UK is who they are.
Mm-hmm.
We know that we've got this new coach, and it's not panning out the way that what our expectations are. But I'm not one of those fans that's going to call for his head on a platter. I'm just not that. I'm too old for that. I'm gonna give him a time.
We had injuries, and we dealt with some mishaps this year that probably shouldn't really happen.
Yeah. Well, I believe in giving a coach a chance.
Exactly.
And that's just what it is, because if you look back at Krzyzewski, Coach Krzyzewski, who retired, look at if you go back and check his first 3 years at Duke, they was ready to fire that man.
Yeah.
They were ready to fire him. His first 3 or 4 years, they were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting booed and everything. He was bad. Because I looked it up. I looked up a few coaches. Danny Ferry for UConn. Because he took over a program that was trying to come back from obscurity.
Yeah.
And I remember him at a press conference when he said, beat us now while you can. They got to took a awful beating from somebody. He said, get us now while you can, because we will get better. And now 2 championships later, they're better. And so I believe in giving a coach a chance.
I just have to see him make improvements. That's all I want to see.
Right. But I also need to see, what I need to see from him is quality recruits.
Yeah.
Quality. We need, like I said, Moreno, he made the all freshman team, so I'm happy about that. But I need to see more out of our front line.
Yeah.
I need to see more of our front line. I think that our front line, what we get out of our front line will help our guard play. We rely so heavily on our guard play because we can't get anything from our front line.
And we were supposed to have that with Quaintance, and
but he's just one man.
But we and that's another thing too. He has so many guards that it takes away from having the big man that you need, because in this day and age, you need more big man than you need guards.
Right, and like Garrison, he's not improving. And if I watch us miss one more damn dunk, when we were playing Missouri in the we had them in the first round.
Yeah.
Or was that the second round? No, the first round. Because we won 2 games, right?
Yeah, we won the 2 games. Yeah.
Who did we? No, we beat South Carolina first, right? Did we beat? Who do we play first?
Oh, you got to admit, I got memory like a goldfish. I'm telling you. Lord.
Because they were an 8 seed and we were the 9 seed, so.
Missouri.
We played them first.
No, that was the second game. LSU. It was LSU,
then
Missouri,
right.
and then Florida.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So the LSU game, I think Garrison missed a dunk.
Well, actually, but the thing about the LSU game, that's where Garrison surprised me, and I was like, why couldn't you play like that the whole season?
Right, he got 17. Right,
yeah,
right. And so that game against Missouri, he got 0 points.
Yeah,
he got 0 points. But we got up on Missouri by double digits. We came out in the second half and we stretched the lead. We were already up, and then we got they were turning the ball over, and there was one play that turned the game around in Missouri's favor. We were and we are so bad at running a fast break. I've never seen a team that cannot run a fast break. We are terrible at running a fast break. When we turn it over, the ball doesn't come to the middle of the floor. They don't spread. They don't go to the wings. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
The ball doesn't move. And they end up pulling it out. I mean, those are easy buckets, man.
They wait till they get to the hole to dish it to the other person.
Man, and it's horrible, man. They make the scoring more difficult than it has to be, man. Yeah. And so, but anyway, we were on a fast break. And I think Wade missed the shot, but what's his name? Moreno was right there. He caught it off the rim, goes up, catches it off the rim, and barely gets it over the rim. Barely gets it over, and ends up missing the dunk. And it hits the back of the rim and shoots like back towards half court. And so they were already making a run. They had got it under I think under double figures.
Yeah.
But that could have pushed it back up.
Right.
Would have kept the momentum going, because I think it was a steal. And from that point on, they caught up to us. And maybe even took the lead. But it's little things like that, man, that are momentum killers. And I remember one game that Garrison, we were on a roll, and Garrison shot a 3. We were, and this is during the regular season. And I think it was after that loss to maybe Gonzaga.
Where Pope got into him.
Yeah, well, Pope got into him the next game for number one, for not hustling.
Yeah.
When he didn't run back on a play, so he benched him and didn't put him back in for the rest of the game, which is good. But then he also, there was a game where he came in and we had the momentum, and he just launches a 3 out of nowhere. He, when our offense was clicking.
Yeah.
And he set him down for that, and at that point, and I was like, see, that right there is what's going to cause this team the opponent to come back. It killed the whole momentum, and it's stuff like that takes us out of our comfort zone, and the team, next thing you know, because it could have been a 4 or 5 point swing, we just even more than that.
Yeah.
And so it's those little things that we just don't. And Garrison constantly missing dunks, missing putbacks. I mean, point blank range. And that's
not even body up on somebody when it comes down to the rebound. They just sit there and watch the ball.
The ball watching is horrible. I mean, so I don't know where he is in developing the front line. I do, but I did see progress with Moreno as time went on. But I'm gonna need him to put weight, get his weight up, get strong, because he has a lot of potential, and I hope he does squats. He's got that jump shot, that Marcus Camby behind the head jump shot is horrible. Like he puts it back there like Camby, man. I was like, oh, where did they learn that?
I know, and wasn't he a guard when he was in high school?
Who, Moreno?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I know he's Kentucky Mr. Basketball. No, he came out as a center for Kentucky Mr. Basketball. He was Kentucky Mr. Basketball as a big man, so But he
because when they got him, they said he was supposed to have a shot and everything.
But that's what I'm saying. He couldn't have been a guard with a shot like that. He couldn't have. There's not a guard in the country that shoots with like. I mean, I've seen some always shot with that hitch right at the hip. I know. But it works for him a lot of times. For early in the season though, it wasn't working for him. No. I was like, man, why are they letting him shoot that? He must hit it in practice. Trick. But yeah, man, he's got to get stronger. They call it mouse in the house when you have a mismatch. When he comes out and sets the pick and rolls to the basket, there were so many times that he had a little guard on him, and he just gets pushed out of there. He doesn't know how to hold his position and call for the ball. And then the entry pass is horrible. They don't know angles. They got better, but they need to be more consistent with that. They need to be more consistent.
Well, one, we need to start. I mean, I know it's hard nowadays to even say this, but I mean, they need to actually get some actual point guards to actually run the point instead of some scoring guards.
Well, they keep getting hurt.
Yeah,
they keep getting hurt.
And then we need to work on getting more bigs, more than more guards.
Talented bigs. We need to get talented bigs.
Yeah,
we need to get talented bigs to want to come to. I don't know what we're gonna do to sell that, but we've got to get more talented bigs, man.
Yeah,
we do. But like I said, I want to give Pope a chance. I do. I want to give him. I see the potential. We're the only team, other than the team, other Vandy. Now Vandy lost to Florida early in the year, but it was only by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, they've beaten everybody by double figures. Their margin of victory, they said earlier, was like 17 and a half.
Yeah.
For in the SEC, and they've beaten us by less than double figures all 3 games. Oh. And so I see, and our front line, man, because it's a team like Florida, because we beat them last year, but we had better 3-point shooting last year,
right?
And we had better 3-point shooting, and it just I don't know. We didn't have that this year. We didn't have that. Cam Williams. I'm glad he came back off his injury. We're gonna need him.
Yeah.
In the tournament. I think he can do more. I think he's a player that can he's more than a 3-point shooter. He's shown me that. He's shown me that, Now he gets caught up on switches in that post a lot too.
Yeah.
Because he plays the 3. Him playing the 3, he gets caught in him and get Jasper Johnson. Ooh. Him and Jasper Johnson get caught up in a lot of mismatches where they end up having to foul and all that. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you who I hope he stays is the European Jervic.
Yeah,
I like him. He shows me a lot. Like I said, he can post up. He doesn't know how to dribble out of the double team yet. He's not really good at that. He's okay. He's he doesn't post up to try to draw a double team. He looks for a shot. There's a couple of times where he got the ball taken because they were waiting for him to like if he posted up on the left block.
Yeah.
And he's dribbling and he's backing his man down. They basically were just kind of waiting for him to spin towards the to the lane.
Right.
And there was a man right there and took it from him. He did that a few times trying to split double teams or whatever, and there's instead of hitting open man. But then he also started spinning baseline and using using his pivot pump fake. So like you can see the progression over time, but him in that 3-point shot.
Yeah.
I don't know why he keeps shooting that. It's not good. He hasn't shown me that he can make that consistently. So, but we have potential. I see the potential, so I want to give Pope a chance. I see the potential.
Yeah, I do too. And and like I said, he's and I like him being with Kentucky because it reminds me of like of the time of growing up. You know what I mean? Remind me of my kid, my younger self watching Kentucky. You know what I mean? So
as a he was a player,
player, right? Yeah. So like he was my childhood watching Kentucky play, and so I liked having him back, and he understands, the Kentucky basketball factor where Calipari didn't. He was just more about putting players in the NBA, and it just, I
want him to succeed like I do. I do too. Man.
I just want to see him do some changes. Like I feel like there's some things on his coaching staff he may need to change. I feel like his strategy on picking players needs to change.
Boy, I hear you.
And I think there's some development issues he needs to change.
Yeah, I'm the staff. I don't really know enough about. Well, I know I've seen a couple of. I remember a couple of the players on his staff that were coached that used to coach and played, but I think personally, I think that he needs to get tougher. I think he's not hard nosed enough for me. And then because I've seen some people address that, say it, but when you put it out there, they think like you want him to be a Bobby Knight. No, we didn't say we want him to go out there, choke players, and throw chairs. We didn't say that. Ain't nobody said no shit like that. We didn't say that. What we said was, when Oway is coming down and he's turning that ball over and he's supposed to be the star on your team, get in his ass. Get in his ass and what are you doing? Like
I want him to channel his inner Rick Pitino.
Right, basically, and right, and he like I said, and he can get mad. He can get mad, but he's not that kind of coach to where he believes in. He's more of a Phil Jackson. He's philosopher. He believes in using philosophy and big words and all of that. He's that guy. No, for real.
I know.
Because they had a thing about that, man, and a segment. I think on the local news. What is this word? You know what this word means? And asking where they went out to the street and asked fans, what's this word mean?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, what does that mean? And because it was oh, okay, learned something today. But yeah, man, I would just like to see him when it comes to his players, because sometimes I've learned that watching UK that when they're not making shots, sometimes they can start hanging their heads.
Yeah.
They can start, and like that game against Florida that ended the regular season, and Florida jumped out on us by 20 in the second half. We started turning it over. We just started making reckless turnovers.
Yeah.
And then we calmed down and we made our run, but it didn't have to be that. It didn't have to be. So I see that we lose confidence when we're not making shots.
Well, it was like in the Gonzaga game. It just seemed like they just wasn't, like, their heart wasn't there.
Oh, they all that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like their heart wasn't there, and it was
he knew it. He knew it, and that's why he changed his tune the very next game, and everybody saw it. Gonzaga got whatever they wanted. It's one thing to be scared of a team, because you think they better. To be like, they might be a little better, but we're going to go out here and we're going to show them something.
Yeah.
Because, we beat them last year. We beat Gonzaga last year. And so nobody gave us a chance.
That was actually one of Pope's noticeable games when he got here.
Him and Duke. That and Duke when we beat Duke.
Yeah.
But they didn't, the effort was not there. And so, I would like to see him be able to fire up his team. Cause Krzyzewski will be, if you come out there half step and he's be like, here, you come, you and y'all come over and sit down. Y'all go on in, and he's gonna get on them, and he's gonna tell them something, or he'll throw that first timeout. He'll call a timeout, and you're gonna come over and he's gonna get in your ass.
Yeah, or
but wait a minute, he's gonna, before he does that, he's gonna get in your ass and send you back out there.
Yeah,
and then if you don't change Oh, he's yanking you. He's yanking you, and he's gonna jank you out by the numbers.
Well, and that's why I said pull his inner Rick Pitino, like when with the Miracle and Mardi Gras Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like where they was down by like 20 points the whole game.
It was down by 30.
Yeah, down by 30, and then all of a sudden he started threatening their firstborn child and stuff, and, and they came back, but. I mean, it just you got to have some way to pump up your team, and you got to have somebody on that team that is willing to pump up the rest of the team. You know what I mean? Like you got to have that person.
Yeah, and when he pumps up the team, don't go out there and do like Garrison could be that. Garrison could be that guy. Garrison could be that. Him and Diabate both.
Yeah, Diabate.
But Garrison he'll get out there and just commit stupid fouls and then get in arguments that create text. We don't want that. We just want your toughness. And then when you get a good play, then you cheer your team on and get them hyped up. But don't go at the other team. We don't need that. That's a momentum killer.
Right. And it can be in crucial moments where you end up getting a tech,
right,
and you cost the team.
Right, it's a momentum killer, man. And so there's a lot of places. But like I said, I thought that what we did against Florida was what I expected. Now this last game, I didn't expect them to out. And so let's talk about the front line on that point, the defensive rebounding.
Yeah.
So if we're not ball watching, we don't know how to grab a rebound. We get our hands on it, but we don't maintain it, and that just kills me.
Yeah.
We'll have a good defensive stance, and then Florida will get a bad shot or get a shot off and miss it, and then the ball's hitting off the top of our hands and back into the I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Our hand-eye coordination is horrible. It's just so much. There's so they and their points off of turnovers, and so. That killed us. They didn't do anything better than us other than offensive rebound. It wasn't a clean game by any means. They didn't dominate. They just dominate, only except the offensive rebound and their points, after rebounds, their second chance points. And our front line, we have to be able to rebound. We just give up too many.
And what kind of surprised me too was because like it was like the first two games, like LSU and Missouri, like it was like their poise was it was confident, like you said, you know what I mean. And so we did more than what we did through the regular season, and like they showed me more than what they did in the regular season. They showed more heart, more grit, more grit, you know what I mean, especially with Diabate. And but when it came to Florida, it just seemed like it just went away somewhere.
They like I said, and well, the only thing that got us was we couldn't make threes, and the threes. I mean, we moved the ball. The threes that we got were wide open looks. Yeah. They were wide open looks, man. And I didn't. And I just if we could have made some threes, if we could have because that. I can't remember his name. Number 7 that killed us the game, the last game of the season, or maybe not the last game of the season, but the first time we played them. When they got up on us by 20, but we came back, and he comes off the bench, but he was killing us, but he didn't do his thing. He knocked down a couple of threes. He did what he does, but he wasn't a factor. And so we maintained. We just could not make the threes. But also, I wonder about. Sometimes I just don't understand what Pope is trying to run. Sometimes I don't understand. I just don't see what. Cause your 3-point shooters. I don't see where they're getting good looks. But this game against Florida, they got some good looks, and that's not often. I didn't see. Sometimes I think, I think that you should, your 3-point shooters should be able to get better looks than what we get. Chandler, sometimes he has to work harder than I think he needs to. And Chandler, he's athletic. He's athletic, and I'm glad. I've seen him go to the hole a couple of times, but he doesn't use his athleticism in his mid-range game or in And I would like to see more of that. But what you said, like you said, that's development.
And there's sometimes in his rotation that I want to see when they start getting the good chemistry going and they start getting a run and players start clicking together. I don't want to see a rotation.
Right, because John Wall said it. Somebody was telling me that John Wall said on like a podcast, he was talking about UK, and he said that Pope over substitutes.
Yeah.
So I had to start looking at that.
Yeah. And because there's sometimes I'm like, why'd you sit him down? He was on a roll.
Yeah, Moreno, he'll do that with Moreno, and I'll wonder like, why are you bringing him in? And why are you bringing the Garrison in like right now? Like, what is Moreno doing for you that makes you want to set him down? Like, I mean, I'm like, I can see if he's not getting, if he's not blocking out, if he's, sometimes I'm wondering like, why now?
Yeah.
I don't see where you're going with this.
Yeah. Like there's been quite a few times I'm like, well, like, why'd you set him down? Like, he was on a roll. Like that was and some of the points were like good, crucial, like team pumping, points. It was like, it was getting the team hype. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden as soon as the TV timeout or as soon as he can, he sets him out. I'm like, why?
Right.
Why'd you do that?
Right. So that's, going forward, like I said, I am one of those that want to give Pope a chance. A lot of these people, Cal supporters or whatever, they're just, it's like they're praying on his downfall.
Yeah.
Like somebody posted, and he's an alum, Chico. He said, that watching Vandy beat Florida shows how bad Kentucky really is. And I'm like, man, we need to take your fanhood card, man. I said, no, it just shows how good Vandy was.
Yeah.
Vandy did what we couldn't do. They made threes. We need to take your fanhood card, man, because I don't think you're true blue. That's all. The only time he'll come on there, and he's an alum. He graduated from UK. He was he was on the drum line. And so, man, you're supposed to ride with your team, man. I don't care what we look like. You can critique your team like, okay, it's time for Pope to make a change and put Garrison on the bench because he's ineffective. Whatever. As long as it's within analyzing the game, I'm cool with it. But don't be coming on social media talking about how bad we are and all of that when we, without, give me some content with that.
Yeah.
Don't just say don't be comparing us to another team, especially when we just beat that team.
And look, and think about it. Even when Calipari first came here, he didn't win us no SEC champion off top.
Nah.
He got the Final Four at the most.
No, his first time we lost to West Virginia with John Wall.
Yeah, that
was the Elite Eight.
Was it the Elite? I thought that was the Final Four.
No, it was Elite. No, we didn't make the Final Four till after they was gone.
And then we finally made we made the championship run with Anthony Davis. What was it? 4 years later?
That was like 5.
Was it 5?
They won it in like 2013. He got here in like 2008. Because remember, we had that year that we went to, because we went to the Elite Eight, and then I think the next year we went to the Final Four, or maybe it was the round of 30. No, what is it? 64, 32. I think we made it to the Sweet 16 with them. I think it was a Sweet 16 and then the Elite Eight and then the Final Four. And then remember we ended up going to the NIT.
Yeah.
That's when New Orleans Noel.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that team.
Tore his ACL.
don't get me started on that team.
Yeah, we and then we came here and got beat by Oral Roberts or somebody like that.
Robert Morris.
Yeah,
trust me, I know that name.
Yeah, so we had and that's when he vowed to change his philosophy, his coaching. He wanted to bring him. After that, he said he would bring in more transfers. I think he said he was going to get away from one and dones a little bit and get some experienced players on the court as well. Get some veterans. So that's when he started going to get so-called shooters and they didn't work out either. But so it took him. So he showed promise though. But he did enough for. Because, anything was better than Gillespie. We saw where Gillespie was about to take us. He only was there for 2 years, but we saw where he was about to take us. So he was a breath of fresh air, and and plus we knew what we had with Calipari. We knew that he had the pedigree and before he got arrogant with us, he just became so arrogant.
Yeah.
I had him as one of my top 3 motivating coaches that could get his team to make a comeback.
Right.
It was Rick Pitino, Mike Krzyzewski, and Calipari.
Yeah.
They were my top 3, and so and then he just got here and he got arrogant. He got very, very arrogant.
Yeah.
And it just changed. He changed, man. It wasn't about winning anymore. Like you said, he didn't think the SEC tournament was worth. It didn't mean anything to him, and he stated that vocally, publicly,
very vocally.
Yeah, publicly. I don't know why we play it anyway. All of those stuff, and no. But what about us, the fans? We have this is tradition for us.
Yeah. So
we don't want to hear that. This is tradition.
We used to be like, people used to fear us going in the SEC tournament. Like when they came up on they circled our game and they was like, damn.
Yeah, so, and that's his arrogance, man. It don't matter to you, but it matters to us. Every game matters to us. Every game that we play matters.
Yeah.
So don't tell us, don't try to tell us what it means to you and all that. We don't care. Just go out there and do your job.
Because then when he started coming up with the excuses, it was like later, because like I said, I'll ride with a coach until you give me a reason not to. And then when you start coming up with all them reasons, and then you start doing the same stuff that you started doing, and then you end up making us do a 1 or 2 first and second round tournament exit, that's when I'm just like,
get out of here! Get out of here!
That's when I'm just, it's done. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, man. Like I said, Arkansas can have that. You know what I mean? They're kind of in their honeymoon phase with that right now. It is what it is. I kind of wish. I wish Ole Miss would have beat him just because I had him on my parlay. But
yeah, like I said, I ain't even worried about. I'm not worried about Cal. Like I said, I just want. What Cal. Whatever he does is what he does. I'm willing to give Pope a little more time. I'm just speaking on what I think, where I think he needs to adjust in his coaching to give us a better shot. I don't know, like you said, player development, coaching staff, whatever, all of that. He needs to. He definitely needs that in recruiting.
Yeah,
and so
I think there's, and like I said, and like I told people, like. Even Calipari didn't come in and give us a championship right then and there. You know what I mean? So it was like he even took time. Like it took time for him. Just give him time.
And we lost in one, which I think we could have won if he'd have switched his on against UConn when they went on that spectacular run. They were the worst team in the Big East.
Oh, and don't get me started on when he flopped that whole perfect season. Oh my God!
Yeah,
that right there, boy.
Yeah, but we had won by then. But I'm just saying, I feel like that's what we need. And so, getting back to these tournaments, I watched Duke. They almost got upset a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This team, they had a game when they had a shot to win the game. And it didn't go down. He had a good look too. That would have been the upset of the whole tournament, of all of these tournaments going on. As far as one season, Duke is like number 1 in the country. So I think they're going to be the number 1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. So,
well, hopefully Virginia takes them out. So hopefully,
yeah, I
got that.
Duke, I think Virginia, Tony Bennett, or I think that was his name. Tony Bennett was the former coach. His style of play was half courtish, half court. It was, it was, with him, you were always in it. You were always in it. And I know his last name was Bennett, but I don't know if it was Tony. Tony's like that. Tony Bennett is that celebrity, but I don't know. I can't think. But anyway, and they kind of played that way. not up tempo. So when they get behind, it's hard for them to come back because that's just not their style. And so that's the only thing that's always been my question mark with Virginia. Even when the coach that replaced him, you know, he runs a little more, but you know, like I said, if Duke gets up on them, you know, 8-10 points. But then again, you're always in it against Duke because they always jacking up threes.
Yeah. And I think, but also too, Virginia has been on a little run, and they do have some a lot more veteran players that's got a chip on their shoulder. So they've been playing with a little bit of grit here lately. So I think that might be pushing them a little over the edge on Duke. We'll see. Well,
this actually is a redemption game for them because the last time Duke and Virginia played, I forgot about that. Duke. Oh gosh, it wasn't even. See if I can find that game, the score of that game. Let's see that they it was not pretty. So they played on February the 28th. They lost 77 to 51. Yeah, Virginia. It was never close. It was never close.
Well, it looked like they after the North Carolina loss, they kind of was on a little run anyway. So
who?
Duke. Because after that they started. They was on. They won all their games all up until the last game they played in their conference tournament. So yeah, they went on a run after they got beat by North Carolina. So they haven't lost a game since then. So
yeah, that was their only loss.
Yeah. So I feel like they're about to come up soon.
And yeah, they've been on a run, but that loss was like February the 7th, and they played Virginia. There was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5 or 6 games in between that.
Yeah, but that can also cause a team to want to get that payback. So
6. Yeah, that was their like the 6th game, but yeah. So Duke was already good anyway. So and you know they were up double figures on North Carolina, and North Carolina was able to come back. But I just, like I said, Virginia just run. I mean, Virginia just don't run, and when they're behind, it's just hard. It's hard. It's going to be hard for them to come back because that's just not their style. They're not aggressive on defense. They have a tough defense, but they're not aggressive on defense. And you know, so that's the thing I'm gonna have to watch for. Is their defense are they gonna be able to contain Duke's offense?
Yeah.
To play their game. That's what I'll be looking for.
Yeah.
You
so
know.
It's definitely gonna be interesting, and I definitely know this NCAA tournament is going to be interesting to see how it plays out and how it's going to go.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. Selection Sunday. I'll be in my hotel room that night.
Yeah, I think I actually might go over to my mom's and watch Selection Sunday for that one. So, but yeah, it's oh, and also too, I'm going to end on the air. I'm going to extend a friendly challenge on the NCAA tournament and see whose bracket's going to come out with the most winners of it. So, you want to do that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I haven't done a bracket in so long. But I'll do one for just to wax you. Yeah. Just to, yeah. If that's, you extending a challenge. Let's accepted.
Let's do it.
Accepted. Hell yeah. You just throw a challenge. Just throw it out there. Yeah, I want any. No. Okay, this is what we doing now. Bad. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now I'm coming out of bracket retirement.
Coming out of bracket retirement. Yeah, I used to be one of those people. I would do like 5 brackets. I would have my like UK bracket that I'm like, all right, this is the bracket the UK is gonna win, and then I would do my upset bracket, and then I would do a bracket that I actually think that it's gonna the way it's gonna play out, and then I would just do like a couple play around brackets. But
well, I actually have. Now that I think about it, at my job, there was one of the coworkers that has a private a private group. Because you can get on there and create your own bracket on ESPN or whatever. But she's got her own private, that where you send out invites.
Yeah.
So she's been sending that out for a couple of years, and so you can put in as many brackets as you want, and then it ain't for money or nothing. But I think I only put in like 2 because I'll be waiting till the last minute. The game started like noon. I'll be like, oh crap, it's 11:45. Let me hurry up and try it. I start just throwing. I ain't even had a chance to really. But now that you challenged me, I'm gonna be all over that.
Yeah, let's do it. And then I'm also wanting to work in later on. Sometime we'll probably do a public bracket to where you fans can get in there and send your brackets in. Maybe a little win, a little something. We may do something like that later on, but
in fact, I may go on ESPN and create a group with just me and you, so that way because it does all the scoring and everything.
Okay.
So it'll by rounds, what points? Because I think like the first round is 1 point a round, and then as the rounds go up to the second round, where it's a round of 32, then you can win like 2 points per win, and so as the teams get lesser, the wins, the amount of points you get per win get greater. So it automatically does the math for you, eliminates the teams, puts the X to them, and all that. So I can do that. I can go on ESPN and I can send you a link through text or whatever to join the group, and it'll just be just me and you,
right?
The 2-man group, yeah. So we can that way, how many brackets you gonna put together? We can put 2. 2 is the max.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just say 2 is the max.
Okay.
We'll keep it simple.
Yeah.
Because there's different teams that you can pick as a champion, and so I don't want to limit it to one, because there's a lot of teams out there that's worthy of being national champs this year.
Yeah.
So.
And there's some teams that could just win it on just just where the stars align. You know what I mean?
Right. But I mean, yeah, as a Cinderella story or whatever, the 3 seed instead of a 1 seed. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that, because you can, Duke has a good chance, Michigan has a good chance. There's teams that there's a lot of 1 seeds that, like Arizona has a good chance. So I just don't want to limit us to just 1 to 1. Now the one picking, only having 1 bracket will show your basketball IQ. It will do that if you can, 1 is good, but we can do, we can do 2.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think it'll be good. That'd be good. We can do that. So, but with that being said, we're gonna end this episode. Got a little lengthy just because we can talk about sports all day. So.
Yeah.
So, especially when it comes to basketball and football, we can talk about that all day. But with that being said, this is D-Lo.
Cha-Cha, he's always in the building, yeah.
And then we out. Peace.
Deuces.